Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to Rosa-Leigh and Friends. I'm glad you're here for our story time, and we have our special guest, Fruitloop the toucan. Well, Fruitloop, I'm so glad you're here. Oh dear, look at your beak.
Yeah, I know.
You know.
Yeah, I it wasn't a good day for flying.
I don't think it was a good day for flying, but you told me that every day is a good day for flying.
Well, it is if you can use Air Canada.
Air Canada. I suppose right now you can't take a flight whenever you want to.
Yeah, no, you can't.
And as you've told me before, toucans are not the best flyers.
No, we're kind of clumsy. Yeah, we got heavy wings.
Yes. Well, so you must have left early this morning and took breaks along the way in order to get here.
No, can do that. No, sir.
You didn't. Why couldn't you leave this morning?
It was raining. Can't fly in the rain.
Oh, I suppose not. Birds don't like to get wet.
No, not this one.
Okay. Well, then you came this afternoon when it was bright and sunny out.
No, couldn't do that either.
What's wrong with the sun shining?
No, nothing. But you can't see where you're going when there's sun in your eyes, and I don't have any sunglasses.
Oh, okay. Well, then you came after supper.
No, didn't do that either.
Okay, what was wrong with flying after supper?
Too windy. Too windy. Knock me off course, it would.
Okay. So, when did you fly here?
Well, when it was dark, when the wind had died down.
So that explains your beak.
Well, kind of.
What do you mean, kind of?
Well, a tree just jumped out in front of me. Ran right into him, I did. He didn't even see me.
He didn't see you. I didn't think trees could see. I don't think the tree jumped out in front of you. You need headlights.
Well, I need something.
Yes, I think so. You know, Fruitloop, birds don't usually fly at night, and that's why.
Well, some birds do.
That's true. Owls do. They're nocturnal. They have special eyesight, so they can see at night. But obviously, you can't.
No, I can't.
No, you can't. Well, speaking of light, you know, our story tonight is actually about light.
Yes?
Yes, it is. And I'm going to read you the verse that our story is based on.
Okay.
Okay? And it's found in John chapter 8 and verse 12. And this is what it says. Jesus said to them, I am the light of the world. He that follows me will not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life.
Well, it's not a good idea to walk in the dark.
No, it's not. And actually, our story is taken from the book of Mark. And in the book of Mark, there's a man who had a problem with walking in the darkness. He couldn't see where he was going.
No, I know why.
You know why?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because his hair was too long. He couldn't get it cut.
No.
Well, this time of the day, you can't get a haircut.
Well, lately you can't get haircuts, that's true, but that wasn't his problem.
Did somebody turn off the lights?
No. No, that wasn't his problem either. See, the problem was he was blind.
You mean as in blind as a bat?
Yes. He was blind. He couldn't see. His name was Bartimaeus.
Oh, blind Bart.
Well, if you want to call him Bart, that makes it a little bit easier. But because Bartimaeus, Bart, was blind, he couldn't work. So he would sit by the roadside, by the city of Jericho, near the gate, And there he would beg for money.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that he would maybe hold out his hands, or as people went by, he would beg them and ask them, do you have any money? Because he would need money to buy food and clothes or whatever else he needed. And people would take pity on him, and they would give him some money so he could have what he needed. Well, every day, blind Bartimaeus would sit by that gate. And he could tell as people went by.
How could he tell? He couldn't see.
No, he couldn't see, but he could hear. And on one particular day, he heard a whole crowd of people. And as he listened, he discovered who was in the middle of this crowd.
Oh, who was it? Tell me.
Well, it was Jesus.
Jesus?
Yes. And he had heard about Jesus. He had heard how Jesus could make the lame to walk and the blind to see. He had heard some wonderful things about Jesus. And you know, because of these big crowds, there's no way he could get up and run to Jesus.
Not unless he ran into people.
That's true. So you know what he did?
I think he might have yelled it.
That's what he did. So he called out and he said, Jesus, Son of David, have pity on me.
Son of David?
Yes, Son of David. That's what he called him. You see, he knew that Jesus was the Messiah, the promised Son of God, and they called him the Son of David, those that believed that he was. And so that's what he called out. And you know, the people around him, they said, Bartimaeus, be quiet. Jesus doesn't have time for you. And they discouraged him from shouting out. But he knew that Jesus was his only hope, the only one who could help him. And so instead of staying quiet, he called out all the more, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. And they said,
Be quiet, Bert.
they probably did. But he said, Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me. Even louder. And even though there were so many people, crowds around him, people talking, Jesus stopped. He heard Bartimaeus call his name. And he stopped and he said, bring him to me. Tell him to be of good comfort. Call him over here. And so they did. They brought Bartimaeus to Jesus. And Jesus said to him, what do you want me to do for you?
Oh, I know what he wanted.
What?
He probably needed some food and some clothes.
No, he wanted something even more.
What was it?
He said, Jesus, I want to be able to see.
Really?
Yes, really. And at that moment, Jesus said, your faith has healed you. And Bartimaeus could see. His eyes were opened, and there was Jesus right in front of him.
So he wasn't blind Bartimaeus, he was unblind Bartimaeus.
That's right. And he saw Jesus, and the Bible tells us from then on, Bartimaeus followed Jesus. You know, he knew Jesus was the only answer. Not only did Jesus change him on the outside, gave him eyes that could actually see, he changed him on the inside. He realized that Jesus was the Son of God, and that Jesus was the light of the world. Not only could he give light to his eyes so that he could see, but he was changed on the inside. The darkness was gone because he believed that Jesus was the one who had come to save him from the wrong things he had done. Jesus was the one who changed his life. From that time on, Bartimaeus was changed. And he followed Jesus.
Well, that's an amazing story.
It is.
I bet you he didn't walk into anything after that.
No, I'm sure he didn't. So we can remember When we think of Jesus being the light of the world, he can give us light. Not just so that we can see where we're going. He can guide our path, but he can also change us on the inside and get rid of all that darkness inside. Bartimaeus was a new man, and everybody knew it. As he followed Jesus, I'm sure he told everyone what Jesus had done for him.
Oh, that's exciting.
That is exciting. So, Fruit Loop, it's time for us to go. What do you have to say to the boys and girls?
Now I have to say goodbye.
Yes, you do.
And there's a few boys that I want to say goodbye to.
There is?
Oh, yeah. Philip and Micah and Josiah.
Oh, yes. I think we should say goodbye to all the boys and girls.
Bye, boys and girls, and thanks for listening.
And bye, boys and girls. And remember, God loves you.